Hello and welcome to our retrospective series. Today we're going to talk about Star Wars: The Dark Empire, our unreleased Star Wars fan film made by DEP Films, Calderon Productions and Angel Films.
Is that a thing that doesn't exist?
What you can see of this movie that's on the internet is its trailer, which is on Payan 005.
Actually, I think the first 3 trailers.
Well, I remember we removed one of the teaser trailers because the image of it was like a shot from one of the Star Wars movies, and people thought it was an actual trailer for Star Wars, a new Star Wars movie. So I remember it got like 100,000 views, like a lot of views, and then the comments were just hating on like, what the fuck, like, what are you guys doing?
This
or,
is
like,
not the real episode 7.
Yeah, but it's like, do you really think this one random trailer, which is made by Paya 005, is the official Star Wars Episode 7 trailer?
That's true.
But this was in the age before Disney bought Star Wars, the age before
The darkness.
there was a new like revive of the Star Wars franchise. Like at this point we thought Star Wars was dead forever, so we took it in our own hands to make our own Star Wars continuation.
This was our 4th fan film because we made 3 other ones before this. That was the Qui-Gon Jinn 3-volume story about Qui-Gon's journey before. So this was our 4th one that was supposed to also wrap up our own storyline with characters that we made up, and also the continuation of David returning as Palpatine and also Amelia returning as our own character Darth Skull, aka Darth Underdo. So we were wrapping up our own storyline at the same time and taking a lot of inspiration from the expanded universe at the time, the Dark Empire comics, for example.
Here's a picture of that.
And the first 3 Star Wars movies were done between 2009 to 2010, so this was a culmination of 3 years.
Yeah.
The reason why it wasn't released is because it was unfinished, because of a lot of different concerns. Some actors couldn't return anymore, and then we were just going out of hand with a lot of different things because our camera broke and etc. So it wasn't like the right circumstance that we could continue making this thing, because as well as finishing the effects, because I needed to buy After Effects because I've used like a bunch of trial versions of it to make the rotoscope effects of the lightsabers and the blasters. And if you could imagine the whole thing with the effects, it would have been something quite special for us at the time. It would have been interesting to see and entertaining in its own way. But since the effects were just never finished and abandoned, it's like 25% of the effects are actually done, and those are the ones that you do see in the trailer. It's still 1 hour and 10 minutes, so we were planning on making it 2 hours. So that was going to be a lot to cover because the story was large and quite complicated.
We can go through the storyline, what we thought, or our idea of the storyline, which as far as I can remember, because rewatching it, it's not that clear, but we're just trying to figure out kind of what the idea was. 6 years after the Battle of Endor, the destruction of the Empire is divided into 3 different splinter factions, just remnants, and then the rebels or the New Republic are trying to fight them down, hunt them down, the last parts. And then we have the new Jedi Academy made by Luke Skywalker. One of the Empire remnant factions, there's a Emperor clone, which I guess they took from us in the Rise of Skywalker. The Emperor returns, he reunites the Empire remnants, attacks the Republic base, and then makes Luke go evil. And then Kal Katarn, a character from the expanded universe, like Jedi Academy, and
We were very inspired by the games.
Jedi Outcast, yeah.
So we were using the Eclipse, one of the starships from Empire at War. They were going to be fighting on that ship, and at the same time we're doing a battle with Cal, I guess Darth Underdo, and before that we're doing a battle on Yavin 4 with a bunch of Jedis against a bunch of Siths. So we were doing all kinds of crazy action scenes that were very ambitious for people that were making this with no budget at all. Oh, and David could return as the Emperor because of the fact that the Emperor clone was younger. So in our Qui-Gon movies that were set before, the Emperor was younger as well. So therefore, David playing the same Palpatine again made sense to us. And that was also, because we needed to have Palpatine there because he was the highlight of the Qui-Gon movies as well. David as Palpatine.
I played Darth Sidious. That's literally all I remember. We sat here and they were like, "This is what happened in the movie." I was like, "What? This is what happens in the plot." I'm like, "What? Here's the movie." I'm like, "What?" My brain just erased all existence of this. I literally hard reset on my brain on this ever being a thing. I knew it happened. I was like, "God, Katana's in this?" I'm like, "What?" Oh, I'm the Emperor, right? Oh yeah, Darth Cross.
Wait, you also played Han Solo.
Right.
We did a lot of double rolls, but you know it's what it is.
Back then we thought if we like David with a cap and Amelia with a hoodie, that's a different character. That's enough.
Isn't it?
Yeah, the effects were there, but we weren't just that knowledge about how to do these effects.
I think if you look at the type of effects they fit into this sort of low budget charm, or let's say homemade charm, like because it's like a homemade type of movie, like Be Kind Rewind style, so the effects kind of fit into that realm. So.
Yeah, but the problem was that to make all the lightsaber effects, we had to frame, for each frame, we had to move the lightsaber thing on the lightsaber. And we have, for example, one fight where one guy has a cross lightsaber, so like an X. So imagine having to, frame by frame, put them in when he's fighting with it, plus two other guys trying to fight with their lightsabers. I think even if we finished the movie, we still would have taken like a year or two just to get the effects done, probably.
Yeah, I think we're actually counting on that, to have the movie out by summer 2012, because we're gonna do a bunch of effects and still finish filming like the third act of the movie.
Of all the movie projects we've done, I think this is the only one that we've never finished.
Yeah.
This is the only unfinished,
DEP
unreleased DEP Films movie. The only movie we gave up on.
2022. we finished the scenes we didn't film as adults, and then we put it in there, and then we released it with all the effects done, probably. And
even
for
today,
its 10th anniversary.
if we get if we get,
so you're gonna see Kid Us, and then out of nowhere, the very last third act, past all the bullshit in the board, it's just us as adults doing like our best, like acting the scenes as seriously as we possibly can, but still low budget. So I'll still be wearing just a fucking Boba Fett t-shirt when I'm the Emperor or something, and I'll do it. But I will do it as seriously as I possibly can, and we'll write it as good as we can. But none of the props or stuff will be any good to keep with the theme of what you're seeing.
The consistency.
But the acting will be good because I was technically, I guess, giving it my all back then, so I'll give it my all now.
Yeah. So, if we get more than 10 comments on this video telling us to finish the Dark Empire, we'll do it.
Thank God we won't have to do it.
So, and also, there's a Facebook page we had made for the movie. It still exists, actually.
What the fuck?
So,
Yep.
What? I don't know any of this.
We had a Facebook page, so we're doing our
I don't
marketing there.
remember anything.
And I remember how at some point I just had to make a statement that we were not gonna finish it. Right around the corner that it was cancelled, that's when Disney brought Lucasfilm.
Really?
Yeah.
2012. I mean, it's crazy to think about it, but that's when it happened.
A couple of months go by, and then that actually
It
that
feels
news
wrong.
hits.
you know why? It's because they were waiting for the movie. They realized it's not coming out.
They said, we gotta make our own.
We gotta make our own.
Makes sense. It all makes perfect sense to me.
So what I did, I shared the news, like the link to that, on our Facebook page, saying, "Hey, I guess we can't do those movies anymore because they're actually gonna make the real ones." But then I remember Abo commenting on that, saying, "Well, this is gonna be bad."
I guess.
The first comment,
He knew.
Abo, like, "This is gonna be bad."
I guess he knew.
And cut to now. And here's a fun trivia. The first line said in the movie.
I have a bad feeling about this. A tone to set for the whole movie.
There you go.
When you make a fan film, it's just so much expectation, and you'll always have. When you make your own thing, like if I make a Klein movie, people will be like, "Ah, yeah, that's Klein, it's shit," or "Oh, that was good for a Klein movie," or "Oh, that was great." If I make a you know my
Star
own thing,
Wars.
but when you make Star Wars, you want to make Bond, or you
Lord
want to
of the
make
Rings,
Lord of the
or
Rings, or
Indiana
anything.
Jones.
I guess
Star Trek.
All of these big boy names, they come with so much weight to it. It's terrifying to make because you'll either get the people that are like, "Oh, I see that you're doing this as a fan because you care so much," and you try to make something about it, and sometimes. But sometimes I can watch a fan film on YouTube that like has put so much effort and time and money into it, and then I'll find myself fucking sitting there and going, "Yeah, but that wasn't really accurate." I'm like, "What am I doing? Like, these are people just doing a project because they love it and whatever. Why am I sitting here giving them shit about canon and like it's no reason I should be, but I can't help myself because I'm such a fan. I care so much that I attack it in a weird way, even if it's just in my mind. Even though these people are obviously fans, and that's the reason they're doing this to begin with." It's the weight of the canon and of the fan base and of the brand that can diminish the efforts of making something. Like, I love Harry Potter to death, and I've been thinking for like a year now about doing something with it. I'm like, whatever pennies we make off of this, we used to make more of this. It's not like we're living off of the YouTube money we have. We're doing it to make more movies. We may buy better equipment. Literally, it's like that's the point of it. Like, there's a reason we have ads, is to make more of this. And first of all, you won't be able to get anything back, which would feel a little but ultimately, that's not the biggest thing. It's not like we're making fucking bank, you know. If we were, then I really would care even less, because then I'm already making bank on all the other stuff, and then making one off throw thing to just do it for the fam or in me. And maybe one day we'll make something. You never know. I don't want to say never. Yeah. Because you never know. Honestly, at this point, you never know. In time, at this point, it just feels too unrealistic. It's just too hard. It's just the pressure behind it. They've been cool about it in the past, so it's not like I'm afraid. It's just the weight that it comes with.
Hey Inka, what do you think about
Star Wars: The Dark Empire?
You played the Bounty Hunter with the bow and Sith Inca.
Sith Inca.
Yeah. It was you with a lightsaber, and then you with a cap with a lightsaber, and then you with something else in a lightsaber.
Wasn't there one where I was a good Jedi?
That's the Qui-Gon Jinn
series.
Series?
Yeah, there was 3 volumes. Yeah. Which me, Emilio, and Pauli each played Qui-Gon Jinn at different stages. So since Emilio was the youngest one of us, he played Qui-Gon Jinn in the first movie, then me in the second, and then Pauli in the third. The logic was there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was the only logic.
That was the only logic.
Actually.
Although it sounds like you guys did it backwards. Wouldn't you want to go oldest first, then middle, then youngest?
Why?
But he dies in
episode 1.
We're going forward in time.
We're starting from like his. I guess it's like an origin story. I guess.
Okay. So the Dark Jedi I don't remember too well actually. I do remember an excellent shot of me walking down the hill at some point. I've got a lightsaber in my hand,
yes,
long hair flowing.
Oh, that's Sith Inca right there.
Yeah.
Right?
That's Sith Inca.
That's Sith Inca.
Yeah.
Huh. The lightsaber wasn't red.
I think that's his official name now in the movie.
Sith Inca.
Sith Inca. This is the Dark Emperor reunion, the best we could.
But the other actors have died, sadly, so this is in their honor. They've passed away from embarrassment.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it because it's not on YouTube.
Thank God.
You can see the trailers.
Hey, unless, again, those 10 comments, in which case we as adults will finish the last movie, put it together with effects and everything, and we'll release it. Except for, again, we're adults in the last, like, third act to finishing this movie. And Inca will be back as Sith Inca in it, for promises we made.
We gotta finish the scenes with the bounty hunter with the bow. So.
Oh, we get to see exactly. That's some of the unfinished scenes. So Bounty Hunter Inca will be back. God, I'm so excited.
You gotta play Palpatine again.
I am not so excited anymore. That's the washing machine scared the shit out of me.
Oh, we have to find someone else to play Luke.
Do we gonna know a blonde guy? Does anyone know a blonde guy? We're in Sweden. It'll probably be easy.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Mons! What are you talking about? He's tall and he's blonde. He's got a mustache. Look at it hip.
He's kind of ginger.
How about Dennis?
No offense, Dennis. This is a discussion.
Isn't he a little short for?
Yeah, hello. Oh, Incurred. Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, go on.